In another video, I had mainly focused on why MGTOWs were not politically correct. Went a little bit into the history of the development of the concept of politically correct. Essentially, if it doesn't follow the political narrative, it is politically incorrect. Wasn't aware that was. Anyways, this part is going to be on a specific section of political correctness. Controlling the language. Alright? Now I'm going to piss some people off here in the next 5 seconds. But the word nigger is the worst word to ever exist in the human language. And no, it does not mean ignorant. Go on Google, type in English to Latin dictionary. On the English side, type in black. Look at the result in Latin. Essentially, the word black in English is okay, but in Latin, it's not. Now, after making that distinction, why is nigger the single worst word to ever exist in human history? Well, not only was it used to go and disparage an entire group of people based solely on the amount of melanin in their skin. Yes, that is horrible. But the true reason as to why it is the single worst word in human language is it was used as an excuse. It was used as an excuse. You see, the Democrats, not Republicans, if you still want to call them that, I prefer to call them conservatives. Republicans are, well, idiots and douchebags. That's going to be a different one. But it was the progressive Democrats trying to censor speech in the 80s. How many people today remember the PMRC? The Parental Media Research Center. Now, why do I say this was a progressive Democrat construct? Well, it's simple. The people heading up the PMRC were Democrats. The head of the PMRC was Tipper Gore, as in Al Gore's wife. The head of the committee for the the head of the Senate committee for a hearing with the PMRC and the music industry. Do you know who was the chairman of that committee? Al Gore. Who's trying to censor who? Anyways, back to the original topic. They failed. We flash forward into the 90s. And social liberal Democrats, progressives, used the word nigger as an excuse to start censoring speech. All you have to do is censor one word. One. And you can censor any word you don't like. The difficult part as far as censorship is doing it the first time. Once it's done the first time, you just follow the same model for everything else. And the black people in this country, they fell for it. Had they known what was going to happen, they never would have agreed. They still don't agree. They still use that word. But anyone else, we cannot. Then it was retarded. You're slow, and then that became politically incorrect. Now it's special. My former father-in-law, while we were having a discussion about political correctness and speech, and I was sitting there calling it complete crap, he actually looked at me and stated, well, why would you want to hurt somebody else's feelings? What? Well, you don't want to hurt anyone else's feelings, do you? Well, that's not right. Yeah, this guy swallowed a whole vat of blue pills. Not just the blue pills, but the commie red pills as well. This is what we are going to have to fight against. We have allowed them to censor our speech. We have allowed them to control how we converse with each other. And that is the true danger. By controlling the language used in conversation, you can control the thoughts of people. For an easy example, when you are talking with somebody, does your lips move, sound comes out, and then the thought of those words pop into your head? No. First, the concept pops into your head. Then it runs through a filter, and then out through the mouth. So by controlling the language, you can then control how and what people think. That is the true danger, and as to why that word is the worst in human history. And by controlling the language of how we converse with each other, not only do we control how other people think and how we think, not only is that, but it also controls how we record information and experiences. If we do not have the freedom of every word in the dictionary, and a few new made-up ones, how are we to fully express our intentions, our concepts, our arguments? We see this in political debate, whereas if somebody's grammar, or if he mispronounced something, or if, in the case of women, if they're not wearing the right type of shoes, or the right pantsuit, or the right dress, it is politically unacceptable. This is a result of controlling how people think. This is a result of controlling perception. And especially in the sense of perception, language is key. Don't be a lemming. Think for yourself and tell these censorship nuts, well, to go and book a room on the Titanic. Just make sure they're in third class.